Lyra here. Hey guys, it's Lyra. We finally dropped out of orbit and wow, just wow. Forget everything you know about eco resorts. Xylia-9 is next level. We aren't staying in some boring ground hotel. My parents booked us on an Elysium class atmospheric yacht. There's like 20 other VIP passengers on board, plus the crew. We're going to be cruising low over the canopy for 2 entire weeks. Total luxury. Look at the sky behind me. It's not blue. It's iridescent gold. The captain said it's pure jasmine spores. It smells insane. We are gliding right over the azure canopy region right now. The trees down there are massive, like green skyscrapers with leaves the size of shuttle pads. I haven't seen any animals yet, but the plants are literally glowing. I am going to film everything. Hit subscribe because this trip is going to be legendary. Okay, check this out. Guys, the yacht finally touched down for our first surface walk, and you are not going to believe this. They call this region the fractal wastes, but it is absolutely not a wasteland. Forget sand or dirt. We are walking on this stuff that feels like crushed velvet, but it looks like liquid silver. It actually molds to your boots. And the flora here, it's insane. Look at these structures around me. They aren't trees, not really. They are massive, translucent geometric spirals shooting straight up into the gold sky. The tour guide called them harmonic spireweeds. There's no bark, no leaves. It's pure, warm, organic glass. Watch this. When I tap it with my hand, the whole trunk vibrates and glows neon pink. It absorbs the kinetic energy and turns it directly into light and sound. It is so wild out here. There are absolutely no animals. No bugs flying around, no birds in the sky, nothing crawling on the ground, just these towering glass spirals everywhere. It makes the whole place feel so peaceful, untouched. There's about 20 of us from the yacht just wandering around. My mom is literally hugging one of the spires, trying to get her energy aligned or whatever. Dad is obsessively recording the light refractions. Everyone is just mesmerized. Oh my God, the wind just picked up. The entire forest is starting to hum like a massive choir. I'm going to shut up and just let you listen. Lyra, out. Guys, look at this. We did a water landing today. At least they call this water. Look behind me. It's not blue, and it doesn't even ripple. It is pure, translucent mercury. It's so dense that the Elysium yacht is just sitting on top of the surface like a bug on a mirror. The tour guide said it's a non-Newtonian fluid, basically a living biological polymer, and you should see what's growing in it. There are these massive white structures that look like a cross between a cloud and a lotus flower. They're about 50 feet across, and they drift slowly across the lake like icebergs. They call them bloom clouds. Wait, look at that one right over there. It exhaled. A huge puff of iridescent purple vapor just shot out from the center of the bloom. It creates its own microclimate. It is so quiet out here. It is just us, the yacht, and these massive, singing, exhaling flowers in a lake of mercury. My parents are on the observation deck. Dad is obsessively trying to analyze the vapor with his scanner, and Mom is meditating. Typical. Everyone is just mesmerized by the scale of it all. This place is just next level. Subscribe for more. Okay, I had to turn the cam back on for this. Guys, you will not believe what the Elysium is doing right now. I am on the front observation deck, and we are flying straight into a solid wall of jungle. I thought the pilot was crazy, but the trees are moving. They are these massive, deep purple vines with leaves that look exactly like stained glass. As the Elysium gets close, the branches literally untangle themselves. They twist back to create these perfect geometric arches for us to fly through. It's like the entire forest is opening doors for us, and as soon as we pass, they close back up behind us. It is a living, breathing labyrinth. One of the crew members told my dad that the roots down there are all connected. The whole region is basically one giant brain, coordinating every single leaf. It is so incredibly beautiful and so quiet. No monkeys swinging around, no birds nesting in the canopy, just the deep sound of the wood shifting. Some of the passengers are throwing little glow sticks from the deck to see if the branches will catch them. And they do! The vines just gently wrap around the plastic. It's learning about us. I'm telling you, this plant is so polite. Hit the like button. Lyra out. Lyra here. And guys, the Elysium just descended into the Umbra Canyon. It is pitch black down here, but we don't need any floodlights. The entire canyon wall is alive. It is covered in these massive, glowing fungal networks. They look like giant, bioluminescent nervous systems draped over the rocks. The crew calls them synapse ferns. And the craziest part? They react to our biology. When the passengers gathered on the observation deck and got excited, the walls literally shifted from a dim blue to a blinding neon crimson. It's like the plants are reading our heartbeats. If I put my hand against the reinforced glass of the viewport, the ferns outside cluster towards me. They want to feel our energy. Mom is convinced it's deeply therapeutic. She spent the last hours just standing at the railing, letting the canyon pulse around her. Even the captain came down from the bridge to watch. It is so incredibly beautiful, but also a little overwhelming. You realize how loud human emotions are when an entire canyon lights up just because someone laughed. I'm going to try meditating on the deck. Let's see if I can turn the whole canyon a calm purple. Lyra out. Check this out. Okay, guys. You need to see this. We just crossed into the stasis desert and my brain is literally glitching trying to process it. It looks like a desert, but the sand isn't sand. It is billions of tiny, pale blue seeds, and they don't stay on the ground. The plants here are these flat, massive succulents that look like obsidian plates. They release the seeds into the air, but there is a localized anti-gravity field. The seeds just float. They hang in the air like frozen snow. We are cruising right through a massive cloud of them. If you reach out from the observation deck, you can just push them aside. They feel cold and soft, like static electricity. A bunch of the other passengers are out here on the deck with me. One of the guys from the lower deck, I think his name is Marcus. He was trying to catch them in a jar, but as soon as they cross the energy shield of the yacht, they just dissolve into this sweet-smelling blue mist. It is completely silent, no wind, no animals, just us cutting through a frozen ocean of glowing blue snow. I could stay in this biome forever. It's pure magic. Hit the like button. Lyra out. Hey everyone, still alive and still mind blown. Guys, we are doing a night excursion right now, and I am obsessed. We just landed near the Echowood region. It is completely pitch black out here, but the trees generate their own light based on sound. Look at these trunks. They don't have bark. They look like massive white tuning forks made out of polished bone. And the coolest part, they record audio. If you say something, the forest absorbs the sound waves and loops them back as a musical harmony. Listen. See? It's literally remixing my snap. All 20 passengers from the yacht are out here right now. The crew set up some camp chairs. People are clapping, singing, and just talking. The forest is taking all our noise and turning it into this massive, beautiful symphony. It is echoing for miles. And again, absolutely no animals, no night bugs chirping. The only sound in this entire forest is us. It is just perfectly mimicking human voices. It's incredibly beautiful. Maybe a tiny bit eerie, but mostly beautiful. My mom is trying to sing an old Earth song to a tree right now. I'm going to join her. Lyra out. Okay, quick update. Guys, you are never going to guess where the Elysium is right now. We went underground. We just flew down this massive, perfectly circular sinkhole into a subterranean cavern. But it is not dark down here. Look at the ceiling. The roots of the azure canopy trees reach all the way down here, but they don't look like normal roots. They are glowing in these intense, pulsing neon colors, cyan, magenta, bright yellow, and they weave together to form perfect geometric shapes. I'm talking massive, mile-wide mandalas and glowing hexagons hanging right above us. It looks like the glowing circuitry of a giant computer, but it is completely biological. The captain says the roots grow like this to distribute nutrients with maximum mathematical efficiency. It is literally math turned into beautiful, glowing art. The Elysium yacht is just hovering in the center of this massive cavern. The reflection of the glowing roots on the hull is insane. All 20 passengers are glued to the viewports. Some of the crew even opened the lower observation deck so we could look straight down. Underneath us, it's just a bottomless drop filled with more glowing geometric roots fading into the deep dark. It is so quiet, so perfect. Just the yacht and this endless glowing math. I am taking a million pictures. Lyra out. Lyra here. Guys, we are literally in the stratosphere right now. The Elysium yacht just climbed to the highest peaks of Xylia-9, and the mountains here aren't made of rock. They're made of compressed, calcified roots, and growing out of them, massive dandelions. But they aren't weeds. They are the size of skyscrapers. The stems look like thick, transparent glass cables, and the seeds, oh my God, look out the window. They are these huge, glowing, gossamer spheres drifting in the high-altitude winds. They are the size of escape pods. One just bumped into our energy shield and bounced off with this beautiful, deep chime. It didn't break. It just floated away into the gold clouds. It's freezing outside, so all 20 of us are packed into the enclosed observation deck. Everyone is drinking this hot nectar the crew made from the local flora. It tastes like vanilla and ozone. So good. Even up here, above the clouds, there is absolutely no fauna. No high-altitude eagles, no winged creatures, just the yacht sailing through a sea of giant, glowing seeds. It feels like we are in a literal dream. Hit that like button. Lyra, out! Guys, we are crossing the Cerulean Sea right now, but it is not water. Look down from the railing. The Elysium is leaving a massive wake behind us, but it isn't splashing. The entire ocean is made of billions, maybe trillions of microscopic bioluminescent flower petals. They behave exactly like fluid. When the ship's hull pushes through them, they swirl and vortex into these stunning, glowing whirlpools. The captain actually lowered the rear observation deck so we could touch it. It doesn't feel wet at all. It feels like plunging your hand into cold, glowing silk. My dad scoops them up in a glass. The petals just keep swirling inside the cup on their own, generating their own kinetic light. It is absolutely mesmerizing. All 20 passengers are down on the lower deck right now, just running their hands through the light. Even the crew members are taking photos. And guess what? Not a single fish. No glowing dolphins or sea monsters. It is just an endless, moving ocean of pure, living flora. I am going to go swim in the flowers now. Lyra, out. Okay, you have to see this. Guys, you need to look up right now. I am on the top observation deck of the Elysium, and the ground is literally floating above us. We just entered the Weeping Archipelago, but it is not in the ocean. It is in the sky. There are these massive, levitating islands made of porous pumice stone, completely overgrown with this deep crimson moss. But the most insane part? The roots. They don't grow down into the soil. They cascade off the edges of the floating islands like massive botanical waterfalls. Millions of glowing, translucent vines pouring down for miles, swaying slowly in the wind. The captain is actually flying the yacht right through the gaps between the root falls. The vines are gently brushing against the energy shield, glowing bright cyan where they make contact. It looks like it is raining solid light. My mom is practically in tears from how beautiful it is. Some of the passengers are trying to reach out and touch the vines from the open balconies. And of course, perfectly silent, just us, cruising through a sky made of floating gardens. I am running out of storage space on my cam from all this footage. Lyra, out. Lyra here. And guys, we just landed in the Prism Events region, and I am literally standing in a natural open-air spa. I am walking on this ground that feels like polished obsidian, but the guide says it's actually a massive, flat root system spanning for miles. And shooting up from the ground everywhere are these towering, completely transparent spikes. They look like giant quartz crystals, but they are alive. They are thermal plants. If you walk up close to one, there's a small opening at the top, and it exhales this incredibly warm, thick mist. It smells like cinnamon, toasted sugar, and ozone. It is freezing outside, but right here, surrounded by these crystal plants, it is so warm and cozy. All 20 of us from the yacht are out here right now. The crew even brought out lounge chairs. My dad is practically asleep next to a pink glowing spike, and my mom is taking a million selfies. When the wind blows through the vents, the crystals whistle. It sounds like a giant, breathy flute playing a lullaby. I don't think I ever want to leave this planet. Lyra, out. Okay, my brain is officially broken. Guys, we are flying over the Mirror Valley right now, and I don't know which way is up. The ground down there isn't covered in grass or dirt. It is completely covered in these massive, perfectly flat, silver leaves. They are miles wide and they overlap each other like the scales of a giant fish. But the craziest part? They are highly reflective. They reflect the golden sky so perfectly that it looks like the Elysium yacht is flying upside down through the clouds. It is a complete optical illusion. If you look closely at the reflection below us, you can see every single detail of our ship. The hull, the observation decks, even the 20 passengers waving from the balconies. It is almost too perfect, like a flawless mirror. The captain is taking us down lower. We are going to skim right over the surface. The reflection of the yacht is rising up to meet us. It literally feels like we are going to crash into our own twin. My mom had to step back inside because it was giving her vertigo, but I love it. This planet just keeps getting crazier. Hit subscribe. Lyra, out. Check this out. Guys, this is the weirdest stop yet. We just landed in the Velvet Dunes, but turn your volume up. You hear that? Exactly. Nothing. The flora here is made of these massive, fluffy white spheres that look like giant cotton balls. But they are acoustic voids. They absorb 100% of all sound waves. If you clap your hands right in front of your face, you hear absolutely nothing. It just consumes the kinetic energy. All 20 of us are outside, and it looks like a silent movie. My dad is yelling something to my mom, but his mouth is just moving with no audio. It is hilarious. Everyone is throwing these light, fluffy spores at each other. Wait, where did that guy go? Mark, the tourist in the bright yellow jacket. I think he was walking near that massive cluster of spheres on the edge of the perimeter. He just stepped behind the leaves and vanished. I can't even hear his footsteps to track him. It's probably fine. The crew has locators on everyone, but it's so easy to get lost when you can't hear someone calling your name. This place is beautiful, but my ears are actually ringing from the pure silence. I'm going to head back to the yacht. Lyra, out. Neurocam is rolling. Okay, I am back in the main lounge of the Elysium. It feels so good to hear actual sound again. But guys, remember that tourist in the bright yellow jacket who wandered off in the Velvet Dunes? He is sitting across the room right now, and it is kind of creeping me out. He was literally waist deep in those white, chalky spore spheres, but his jacket is perfectly clean. Not a single smudge, not one speck of dust. And he is talking to the bartender, but his voice is so flat. He hasn't changed his pitch or taken a deep breath in like 2 minutes. He's just smiling this perfectly symmetrical smile. It doesn't reach his eyes at all. I pointed him out to my dad. He just laughed, told me the guy probably used the sonic shower in the airlock, which makes sense. Total sense, but I don't know. When he looked over at me just now, his eyes looked like glass, like the harmonic spires we saw on day 1. They caught the light wrong. Anyway, We are lifting off for the Crimson Tropics tonight. I just need some sleep. I'm overthinking this. Lyra, out. I'm back. But I have to be quiet. Guys, I'm whispering because my parents are in the next cabin, and I'm freaking out. We anchored over the Crimson Tropics for the night, the flora here. It's not made of wood or glass. It's fleshy. It pulses. The vines look like massive, deep red muscles hanging from the canopy. I couldn't sleep. I looked out my viewport, down onto the lower maintenance deck of the yacht. One of the engineers was out there in the rain, and a vine, a massive, thick tendril dropped down from the trees. It bypassed the energy shield like it wasn't even there. It wrapped around his torso. But guys, he didn't fight back. He didn't run. He just looked up at the canopy and smiled. That exact same terrifying, perfectly symmetrical smile as the tourist in the lounge. The vine didn't crush him. It just absorbed him. He sank right into the crimson tissue, like he was melting into it. I ran to wake up my parents, but they just stared at me, sitting up in the dark. They didn't even blink. My mom told me in this flat, synthetic voice to go back to bed. She said the planet is just evolving us. Something is so wrong. I locked my door. Lyra, out. I thought locking the door would save me. I was so stupid. The walls of my cabin, they're not metal anymore. The luxury wood paneling is peeling off like dead skin, and underneath, oh God, it's translucent, glowing tissue. The whole ship it's breathing. I can feel the vibration through my bed and the air vents. They're pumping out that vanilla-scented mist. It's thick now. It's trying to soothe me, to make me sleep. Just like my parents. Guys, I'm shaking. I think I'm going to throw up. The door it's bulging. I locked it, but the lock it's softening. It's not heat. It's like the metal is turning into some kind of warm wax. The wood panels on the walls are peeling back, and there's something wet underneath, something that pulses. My room it's alive. The whole yacht is, oh God, it smells like raw essence and vanilla. It's choking me. Something just dripped from the ceiling onto my hand. It's crimson, and it's sticky. Is the ship melting? I can't get out through the door. My parents, they're standing right outside. I called them, but they won't answer. They're just breathing. I found the ceiling hatch. I'm going up into the service shafts. I have to get to the bridge. I have to find the captain. Someone has to tell me what's happening. I'm hiding in the ventilation alcove near the main dining hall. I just looked outside at the people. My parents are there. They are drinking nectar with the engineer, the exact same guy I saw being absorbed by the vines last night. But look at him. His uniform, it's not fabric. There are no seams, no buttons. The cloth is just smooth gray skin that looks like a shirt, and his name tag. It's not pinned to his chest. It's grown out of it. The plastic, the letters, it's all one piece of pulsing biological matter. I looked at my dad's watch. The glass isn't glass, it's a clear membrane, and instead of gears, there's just something small and wet twitching inside. This isn't a virus. A virus doesn't grow a fake wristwatch. It's a duplicate, a complete biological fake. They are all connected. A tiny crimson filament is growing out of the floor and going straight into my mom's heel. They are all breathing in exact unison. Oh God, it all makes sense now. The Mirror Valley, the way the forest listens. Xylia-9 didn't just end them, it copied them. It's an apex mimic. It consumes life and creates these flawless things to carry its essence back to the core worlds. We are a Trojan horse. The navigation system just announced departure. We're heading home. They want to turn our cities into this silent paradise. Wait, my mom. She just stopped. She's turning her head. Her eyes, they're just empty, glowing glass. She sees me. They all see me. I am running. I made it to the lower engineering deck. They didn't run after me. They just walked in perfect, terrifying unison, like a single wave of bodies. I locked the heavy blast doors to the escape pod bay. I can hear them outside. They aren't banging. They are just tapping in perfect rhythm. I am strapping into pod 4. The launch sequence is initiated. I just need to get off the ship before it jumps to hyperspace towards the core colonies. I have to warn everyone. Okay, the pod just detached. I am in free fall over the azure canopy. The yacht is accelerating away. It's gone. I made it. I am actually safe. But wait, the emergency lights in here, they aren't red. They are glowing this deep bioluminescent cyan. And the sea, it feels too soft. It's warm. The air in this pod, it smells exactly like vanilla and ozone. Why does the control panel feel like polished glass? The walls, they are pulsing. They are shifting around me, embracing me. No, wait. This isn't an Elysium escape pod. What is this? The glass, it's turning crimson. Is anyone listening? Please,